Shabbat Shalom and welcome. Shabbat Shalom. If you are here for the first time, welcome to Congregation Beth-El. If you are for the first time in a synagogue, welcome to visiting a synagogue, a Jewish place of worship. We're glad to have you here with us on this morning, which is part of our Shabbat morning worship, but in which we will also note and mark and celebrate and learn from Ellen on the Shabbat of her becoming Bat Mitzvah, a daughter of the commandment. As we join here, just a word or two, this ceremony, which marks a young woman or a young man turning the age in which they are responsible for their own religious life, in a sense happens automatically. When you're 13, you're bar or bat mitzvah, you reach a certain age. What happens here today is an ability to really demonstrate what we hope a young man or woman would have. What does it mean to become bar or bat mitzvah? What does it mean to be an adult in your faith? And so today Ellen will teach us. She'll read from the Torah, the sacred scroll of our people, which is in the Ark. We'll hear more about that in a little while. She'll lead us first in parts of an early morning service, some of the traditional prayers the Jews say on Saturday mornings or during the week. Before she does any of that, she's going to receive a talit, the prayer shawl, whose fringes represent a Jewish way of life. The mitzvot, the commandments in the Torah from which we will read. To receive a talit, to wrap yourself, surround yourself in its fringes, in its prayer shawl, is to literally embrace a life of mitzvot. Today she'll be receiving this talit from her grandmother, Johnny Moffat, and you can follow along with that blessing on page 289. One word about the prayer books. There are two different versions, so if you find your book has more than one page number, I'm always referring to the page numbers in brackets. Page 289, the blessing for receiving a talit. One sec. Ready? Yep.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu ha'olam v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitat tev b'tzitzit.
Amen. Go ahead, beautiful. Wrap it right around her. Our service continues on page 290. This section of our service, Birchot HaShachar, is a series of early morning blessings that waken us, that both our outsides, our bodies, our insides, our souls. We don't come to worship perhaps as groggy as I wake up. Maybe some of you are morning people. But for the rest of us, before we reach the center of our service, we create a sense of both physical and spiritual awareness. With us, in addition to the President, Howard Bellet, on our bima, is John Salve, our music director. Page 290, Ma Tovu, how fair, how beautiful your tents, these words from the Torah.
Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, va'ani berov chazdecha, avodetecha, Eshtachavech choshecha b'yiratecha ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael Adonai ahavti me'om betecha umkom mishkan kevodecha mishkan godecha va'ani eshachave ve'ekra efrecha lipnei Adonai ozi ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Israel, Ma'ani tafilati lecha Adonai, et ratzon Elohim berofat chazdecha, aneni be'emet yishecha, aneni be'emet yishecha, ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Israel.
Page 291, together in English. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs to a finely balanced network with you. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail, how well we are aware we would lack the strength to sustain life before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, rofei chol basar, umafli la'asot. Page 292. The soul that you have given me, O God, is pure. You created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as I have breath, therefore, I will give thanks to you, my God and God of all ages, source of all being, loving guide of every human spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, asher biado, nefesh kol chai, v'ruach kol basar ish. We turn to page 298. These words from the Talmud remind us of the daily tasks of being a person who lives in harmony with the world, committed to the covenant with God. Page 298, together in English. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. We turn to page 312, and the Chatzi Kaddish helps to form the bridge between sections of our service.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'almad yivra kirotei v'yamnich malchutei, b'chayechonu v'yamechon, u'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, bagala, u'lizman kariv, v'yimru amen. Yehesh meraba mevarach, ve'alam me'amaya, Yitbarak, v'yishtabak, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitroman, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitallah, shemei dekudesha, brichu, le'al min kol bechata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'yama, v'yimaru, amen.
Please rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praises due forever. Praised be Adonai, to whom praises due. now and forever. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer or uvorei choshe oseh shalom uvorei et hakol.
We continue on page 314. Remain standing through Shema.
The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcome than gold. A Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, who you redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Hamorot. We continue on the next page. Together, God of all creation, you are blessed with each soul's breath. Your greatness and goodness fill the world. Knowledge and understanding surround your glory. Holiest are you among the holy, seated in glorious splendor, radiating purity and justice, bestowing loving kindness. In knowledge and understanding, you created the heavenly lights, giving them strength and power to bring light into the world. Full of splendor, they radiate brightness. The world is warmed by their flames. We rejoice in their comings and goings, reflecting the will of their Creator. Glory and honor they give to you, glowing praises to your rule. You call to the sun and it gives forth light. You set the patterns of the moon. You are honored throughout the heavens with songs of glory and praise.
Ahava Rabbatenu Adonai Eloheinu Chemla Gdola V'terachmat Aleinu Ba'avor Avotenu Imotenu Shebatchu B'cha V'taladem Kulchei Chaim Kein Techonenu U'telamdenu Hamrachem Rachem Aleinu V'tem b'libenu L'havinu l'haskil Lishmoa lidmo la'amed Lishmoa la'asot U'l'kayem Et kol divrei Talmud Toratecha be'ahava.
Responsively, O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity.
We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will.
Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel,
And joyfully we remember
that from the dawn of Israel's life
we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated as we continue with the Via Hafta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך, בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוציא אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 321.
Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar bar kodesh, nora tahilot osef eleh, nora tahilot osef eleh. שירה חרשה שיבחו גולים לשמחה שפת היום יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
Our service goes through a bit of a change. Up until now, we have been moving through the historic, the grand, the tribal, the national, God's love for us, God's revelation, and God's gifts and redemption. The song we just sang, which recalls the crossing of the sea from Egyptian slavery into freedom. And now in this next portion of the service, we move from that to the personal. We begin to reflect on our relationship, our covenant, both those that were made between our ancestors, going many generations back to Abraham and Sarah, and more recently to our own parents or grandparents or those that guided us. As we come closer to the Torah service, we move from that grand moment in the founding of the wider relationship and covenant with God, slowly along a series of steps to our own ancestors in our own lives. As we turn to page 322, we come to Tefillah.
Please rise. Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Agi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Velohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasidim Tovim, V'konei Yaakov, V'zocher ha'ste'evot v'yimahot, U'mei v'gulai livnei bnehem, L'ma'an shema b'ahava, Melech Osher u'Mashiach u'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, V'ezrat Sarah.
Page 325.
Together, on the bottom of 325 and the top of 326. You're the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the door frame, I begin to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions, waiting to be posed. They fill me with wonder. Sit with me, eternal teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your doors, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder and reaching myself in the giving. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתבו על יד נביאך, וחרז זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech haaretz kevodo. Adir, Adirenu Adonai, Adonenu Madir Shimcha bechol haaretz, Baruch kevod Adonai mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, vehu Yashmienu, berachamav le'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Tamloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Ixion, Ledor vador, Hallelujah. Ledor vador nagid God lecha, Unetzach netzachim kedushacha nagdish, Vashimchacha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush, Leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh.
all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim. Your holiness, your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים והארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We continue at the bottom of the next page. The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under the tyranny of things of space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to holiness and time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu ba'amecha Yisrael utafilatam be'ahavat tekabel utahil ratzon tamid utahil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha Baruch atah Adonai shetecha devatecha be'yanavod sheotecha levadecha be'yanavod.
Responsively. On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others.
Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults. Grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves and the charity to see the best in those around us.
Give us patience enough not to become discouraged. hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence, O source of blessing. Look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otika levadecha bi'ara na'avod.
On the next 5 or 6 pages are different reflections and readings, some traditional that come to us over hundreds of years from our prayer book, some of which are newer creative poetry. Take a few moments for silent prayer to reflect, to pause, to read.
Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim Aleinu ve'akol yeshamecha Sim shalom, sim shalom.
There are many different beliefs among Jews about how we arrive at Torah. They run the gauntlet from this sacred text given to us personally by God at Mount Sinai to those who see Torah as the work of generations of Jews editing and creating a document inspired by our divine journeys and partnership. And through it all, Torah has remained our most sacred document, a record of our journeys, a book that has survived because every generation of parents around the world, in health and in sickness, in war and in peace, has somehow found a way, whatever the challenges, to pass Torah down to another generation. And so to receive Torah, to read from Torah, is to take your place in a sacred chain of tradition. The words of our people found in the Torah are not the whole Hebrew Bible, if you will, what we call our Testament, but rather just the 5 books from Genesis and the creation of the world to the death of Moses in Deuteronomy. Other readings, which you'll hear one of later, certainly play a sacred role in our life, but none take the status of Torah. And so after Ellen receives Torah, she will walk through the congregation. Some who are less familiar with this ritual will say, "What's in there? What does this mean?" Some Jews choose to kiss the Torah as a sign of respect on the journey on which those stories and that tradition have taken. To receive Torah has meaning that cannot even be conveyed in simple words from here. But one more very practical detail about Torah. It is written in the exact same manner that it has been for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. A scribe using ink and feather writes down these words. these words that come to us before the creation of our system of vocalization. Right? Right. And so to read from the Torah means to read the stories of our people even without the vowels in their words. And so it's taken Ellen some time on that journey, and she proudly receives Torah. And as we turn to page 362, we call up members of her family. We'll call up Robert and Janet Webb and David and Sarah Webb to open the ark. We will call up Beverly Callagher and Richard Bosher, Dale and Beverly Johnson, Johnny Moffat, your family, John and Kelly, your parents, and Ty and Ariel, to pass Torah down through the generations, family, friends, Cooper and Hannah, Simon, who will help to undress the Torah. While all those people are coming up, please rise. Here we go. And do we read Mocha? Yeah, and then we go to faith. Wait. You're good. I'm gonna keep that for a moment. So, you guys should line up in the order, meaning you guys are probably gonna give her the Torah. Okay. And the rest of you are dressed when you're not following all the beam up, and I'll show you what to do. My up, we're gonna open the ark. I'll help you. Sarah, you're reading it really off.
There is none like you among the gods, Adonai.
In kamocha by Elohim Adonai, ve'en kamasecha, malchutecha malchut, kol amim, uminshotecha bechol dor vador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch, leolam vaed. Adonai os liamoiten, Adonai yevarech et amoy v'shalom.
L'dor v'ador, from generation to generation, we are in the presence of the passing of sacred teachings as this family passes not only the words in this book, but all of their hopes and prayers to Ellen. So who's going first? I'm going to ask everybody to turn around and kind of face me because they want to see you, and give me, no, they're good because they're going to close the doors. Then they're also going to come down back. Here we go. Okay, so who's getting the Torah first? It's you. You're the lucky winner. I'll just kind of help you pass it. There we go. If anybody needs help, just join on in. I'm here. There we go. Okay. She's last, right? Who's next? Here we go. Who's getting the Torah? Come on, here we go, guys. We're good. Here we go. You're last. Not yet. We just want you to help pass the Torah. Okay, there we go. Now it's going to go. No, you guys, okay. Wait about that. Nope. What about back there? Other family members? No. We want Ellen to get it last. I know it's confusing. Oh, look, everybody's involved. This is what I'd like you to do. Pass the Torah to Mom. There you go. And then we'll pass it to Dad. And then we'll get it to Ellen. It'll all work out. There we go, right? Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're going to make it work. There we go. I'm here to help you. Is that the right side you want it on? Okay. There we go. Wonderful. Now I want you to come right here and do that. Stand up in front of the mic. I'm here. There you go.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah. Udavar Adonai miyushalayim. Susharim Rashechem In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. Baruch Shanatan, Torah, Torah. Baruch Shanatan, Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael, B'kidushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Kadosh God, Lil Adonai Iti, Un Romama, Shemo Yahweh.
Adonai HaGadol, HaGadol, HaTiferet, HaNetzav, HaHod, Ki Chol Hashamayim Uvaretz, Ki Chol Hashamayim Uvaretz. Lecha Adonai HaMalacha, Ve'hamid Na'aseh Lekol Rosh. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, V'hishtakavu Lehar Kosho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, V'hishtakavu Lehar Kosho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'hishtakavu Lehar Kosho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'hishtakavu Lehar Kosho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'hishtakavu Lehar Kosho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'hishtakavu Lehar Kosho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'hishtakavu Lehar Kosho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'hishtakavu Lehar Kosho.
Please be seated. Our Torah portion, which is from the book of Genesis, Vayera, and has many, many wonderful stories in it. Some challenging, some not, but all wonderful. You can find the Hebrew just the way she's going to read it, without vowels. The difference is that hers has been written by hand and the letters are a little bit bigger. And then you can find in what we call the eye test for Jews, you can find the English kind of, but don't worry, take our word for it. This is the story of Sodom and Gomorrah and Abraham negotiating with God. And that's the story, and she has a wonderful speech about it. You'll hear in a bit. So don't worry about that. We're going to check your vision. But if you look to the back inside of the pamphlet next to a very, very wonderful photo, you'll at least see the Hebrew from Genesis chapter 18, and we'll get to hear all about this portion in just a couple of minutes. Your tutor, Linda Hoffman, who's prepared you so well for this on this journey for months, will be next to you to follow along. The rest of you can either just listen or follow along in that pamphlet. We are continuing, should you wish to follow, with the blessings for the reading of Torah. You can find those blessings in the prayer book on page 368. I know I'm giving you a lot of different page numbers. There is a prayer you say in before and after the Torah reading. That blessing is in the prayer book. The actual text is in the pamphlet. As we turn to our Torah portion, we say, Ta'amod ha-bechorah ha-bat mitzvah. We call up for this aliyah to the Torah, Rachel bat Esther v'Jan likro et ha-Torah, to read from the Torah. All right? I'm ready for business. Okay, so we're going to open this book. Are you okay from here? Okay, there we go.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah. Vaya'an Avraham vayomar hine na'aho alti lidaber el Adonai va'anochi afar va'efer ulai yakseru chamishim hatzadikim chamisha hatashit b'chamisha et kol ha'ir vayomer lo ashit im emsa sham arba'im v'chamisha vayosef od lidaber elav vayomar ulai imatze'un sham arba'im vayomer lo ashit E'eseh ba'a bor ha'arba'im vayomer al na yichar l'Adonai ha'adabeira ulai yimatze'un sham sheloshim vayomer lo Ash E'eseh im emsa sham sheloshim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torah emet v'chaye olam nata v'tachenu Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. As we prepare to dress the Torah, your tutor Linda's going to help us with that, and we're also going to call up Ty and Ariel to help with the blessings before and after the Haftarah reading. So we're going to call them up as well. And since we are lifting the Torah, we're going to ask the congregation to rise for another moment. HaTorah asher sam Moshe kivnei b'nei Yisrael Adonai b'yad Moshe Please be seated. The blessings before and after Haftarah can be found on 372, and a word about this portion, the Haftarah, the concluding readings, are other portions not found in the Torah that connect us to stories and ideas in the Torah portion that are instituted later in the cycle of reading, later in Jewish time. Today's reading is from the book of 2 Kings chapter 4. There are two stories about the prophet Elisha and miracles that Elisha brings, both related to children into the future. If you're looking for the connection, Ellen's Torah portion talks about Sodom and Gomorrah. It talks about destruction and possibility. It also has in it the story of Abraham and his struggles with his sons, the attempted sacrifice of Isaac, the journey of him with Ishmael, who was sent off into the desert. All of those stories are in this Torah portion, and so Ellen will be reading from us a story about Elisha, who helps a family in a miraculous story to come up with the oil to buy back a family who was almost sold into servitude. She'll be reading from that right after these blessings.
All right, let's do this, Rabbi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'yimim tovim v'tzra v'ratza v'divreihem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Abocher B'chorah U'Moshe Avdo Yisrael Amo U'Bnei Hamet V'Tzedek.
Here we go.
Do I do this one or she reads
Oh, me, yes.
Now there cried a certain woman of the wives and the sons of the prophets, came to Elisha, saying, your servant, my husband, is dead, and you knows that your servant feared the Lord, and the Creator is come to take my 2 children to be bondmen. And Elisha said unto her, what shall I do for thee? Tell me, what is in your house? And she said, my handmaid has nothing and anything in the house except a pot of oil. He said, go borrow vessels of all your, vessels of all your neighbors, even empty vessels. Borrow not a few, and you shall go in and shut the door upon you and upon your sons, and pour out into all these vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full. So she went from him, and shut the door upon her and upon her sons. They brought the vessels to her, and she poured out. And it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said unto her son, bring me yet another vessel. And he said unto her, there is not a vessel more. And the oil stayed. Then she came and told the man of God, and he said, go sell the oil and pay thy debt, and live thou and thy sons of the rest.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, צור כל העולמים, צדיק בכל הדורות, האל הנאמן, האומר ועשה, המדבר ומקים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה, שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו, לקידשה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת, על הכל אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך, בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
אמן.
My Torah portion is over Sodom and Gomorrah. These chapters of Genesis 18:20 are about Abraham, the founder of God's chosen people, gets a visit from God along with two angels. And he starts to bargain over the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. God heard the people were very sinful and evil and intended on destroying the city and the valley. Abraham was concerned for his nephew Lot. Abraham stood before God and said, "Do you plan to hurt all good people along with the good people as well? You are the judge of the earth. Won't you do what is right?" Abraham started to negotiate with God about how to save the good people in Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham barters first. "God, if you find 50 good people, will you save the city?" Then negotiates with God to at least 10 righteous people in the hopes he will not destroy it. After quite an eventful evening, the angels came to visit Abraham's nephew Lot, who lived in Sodom and Gomorrah, and God is going to destroy the city. The angels rescued Lot's wife and his 2 daughters. The angels instructed them to hurry and to leave the valley into the mountains and not look back. As Lot with his family escaped to Zoar, God sent a rain of burning sulfur down onto Sodom and Gomorrah to destroy the city and the whole Jordan Valley. At that point, Lot's wife looked back and then became into a pillar of salt. Why this is important to me is because whenever Lot's wife turns into a pillar of salt, and whenever God said, "Don't turn around or you will get into a pillar of salt," Lot's wife instantly looks back. I understand why she would do that. I mean, if somebody told me not to look back, I would most likely look back to see what's going on. We all make mistakes sometimes, and I think that's okay. It's apparent that she couldn't help looking back, but maybe she was looking on sorrow or regret. I also think that God turned Lot's wife into a pillar of salt because she didn't have full 100% faith in God. And in today's terms, Lot's wife was salty. I believe that Lot's wife honestly was just curious and was really concerned about what was going on behind her. Or maybe she was just surprised by the fact that God was really going to destroy the whole city just because there are so many evil people. What about all the good people? Is he going to destroy the whole city if there are still good people? Or what about the children? Will he still destroy the whole city even if there are children who are innocent? Maybe Lot's wife looked back because she was wondering if there were more good people who were just acting badly because of peer pressure. With everyone you meet, there is good and bad. How are you going to treat them? Only God can make that judgment, so it's up to us to treat them as if they're good and leave the rest up to God. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate and I'm grateful you guys could join me in my journey of becoming a bat mitzvah. I would love to share my ongoing mitzvah project with you. My mitzvah project is twofold, participating in the National Charity League as well as Emergency Information Go Kids. Last winter, my mom and I joined National Charity League, a mother and daughter philanthropy organization. All of the mothers and daughters get together and assist in charity events. I enjoyed observing a doggy dunk as well as participating in a scavenger hunt with all my classmates. The NCL is a 6-year commitment in which everyone maintains a position. Now, I'm excited to explain my mitzvah project. My interest in this mitzvah project stemmed from my concern of people affected by natural disasters. And I believe I have the method that may assist those in need. I've gathered and printed out materials and put them in a safe, storable package in which I hope everyone will utilize. I have included a guidebook, a Texas Ready packet, which includes relevant health information, as well as how to build a safety kit and how to make a plan packet if there is an emergency. There is also a medical information packet for those with special needs, such as the elderly. There's 2 stickers in the package. One sticker goes on the front of your door, and the other sticker goes on the side of your refrigerator. I also included a postcard that could be mailed out to soldiers abroad in case of emergencies. To all those who helped me in creating the mitzvah packets, and to those who welcomed us into the NCL, I truly thank you. I want to thank everyone that came near and far to come to my bat mitzvah this morning. I have many special people to thank for this event. To all my school and camp friends, thank you for helping me out through these busy days when I couldn't hang out because I had practice or go choose decoratings for my bat mitzvah. Sherry and Avery, thank you for helping with the invitations and the slideshow. Thank you to the Webb family for showing your support for this monumental life event. Linda, I don't know where she went. Oh, hey. Linda, you've helped me become a better person in every way. Thanks for also helping me get here today. I wouldn't have known any of this without you. Thank you for helping me grow my knowledge of Judaism and helping me be successful with my bat mitzvah. And a special thank you to all the religious school teachers and rabbis who have helped me throughout the years. Love you. A huge thank you to my mom. To be honest, I'm so grateful for you and I love you so much. I apologize for making you take me to 20 different stores to find the perfect dress for this morning. So, remember when you would always tell me to go practice my Hebrew? But then some of the times you would find out that I wasn't actually practicing. I was really on my phone or watching TV. And then you would tell me, that I'm not going to be ready for my bat mitzvah if I'm always on my phone. Well, check it out. I'm almost finished with my speech. Flex. I'm so thankful to have such a wonderful mom like you, and I love you more than words can explain. Now, Dad, thank you for being my main support system and my shoulder to lean on. Sometimes you really had no clue what was going on, and Mom and I would just be in mid-conversation with you, and then you would just say, huh? And then Mom and I would just look at each other and shake our heads. And then we would have to explain the whole thing over again. But to be honest, the mini jam sessions were always so late with you right after Hebrew lessons. We would always jam out to Frank Sinatra and Motley Crue. That was the best. But Dad, you know how much I love you. I don't really have to tell you. But I'll tell you anyways, just to make sure you know. I love you. Grandma, thank you for helping me with the programs. They are so beautiful. Grandpa Rich, the trip to Universal was the best gift ever. I'm so glad I got to spend the trip with you, with Aunt Missy and Alyssa. And also for the dinner last night. Mwah. And thank you, Ariel and Ty, for being my homies for life. Y'all mean so much to me, and thank you for celebrating this wonderful day with me and always being there when I need y'all. When I need y'all to be. Love you. Ariel, one of these days I'll beat you. And Ty, one of these days I'll beat you too. I want to thank my brother Seth for having the kindest soul and the best selection for Disney movies. And thanks again to everybody here.
Now we're going to ask your mom and dad to come up and offer some words of prayer and blessing to you here on this bema.
All right. Okay. It was my daughter's bat mitzvah this week. Well, it's today. This past week, the three of us were chatting about the bat mitzvah. We were going over the details and what still needed to be done. I mentioned I still needed to write what I was going to say during the service. I began to talk to Ellen about being a powerful woman, just like her mom, and what it takes to be a powerful woman. I hadn't written anything because there was only a few things that I really wanted to say on this day. Never stop speaking your truth. Never stop saying what you mean. Never stop writing your life, your thoughts, and your feelings. Never stop playing music. Never stop expressing your vision. Never, ever stop being proud about your opinions. Ellen, most people in this world take a while to find their voice, to figure out how they want to express it. You've always had a voice, and a clear point of view. I celebrate you and I applaud you. I take deep pride that you say what you think and feel, what you want and need. You are your own young woman. There is something very cool that you embody. I love that you embrace all things girly and silly. Music and athleticism seem like a perfect metaphor here, a very apt analogy for you, of course. It takes huge strength, hard work, and a tenacity to be a good piano player and taekwondo student. And you are good on stage as well as on life. I want to offer you 5 things to take with you as you go through life as a powerful woman. One is community. Just pause for a moment and check out this amazing gathering of people that have come for you. We will always be standing by you and behind you. The second thing I want to give you is actually something you've already claimed formally for yourself today, and that is your identity as a bat mitzvah, a daughter of the commandments, a woman with a Jewish heritage and Jewish identity. The third thing I want to give you is compassion. The last thing I want to offer you today has always been yours and will always be yours, and that is me. I want you to know that I'm always by your side. I lose patience, you lose patience, but I'm here. There's always somewhere to land, and I'm right here for you. My dear little big, powerful, and beautiful girl, I'm so very proud of you and just want to reflect back to you that. Just keep sharing what is real for you.
Thank you.
I'm just going to let him do that because he did a good job. I love you, Ellen. There you go. I'll give it to you later.
As we prepare to return the Torah to the Ark, we call up Dale and Beverly Johnson, Barbara Callagher, and Richard Bosher to come up and help us open the doors. We ask the congregation to please rise. We are going to. We just need our doors, and we are good to go. I'm going to take a prayer. We're going to come in. How's that? Let's open the doors first. I'll get you grab. It's okay. Here we go. If you turn to page 374, you can find the prayers for returning the Torah to the Ark.
Odol eretz v'shamayim v'yarem keren le'amo ta'ila lechal chazidav v'ivnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hitzkayim ilamachatzkim ba v'tomeche hameushar darake adarkenom v'chan tivotei Shalom, Hashivenu Adonai, et lecha v'nashulva, Kadesh, Kadesh Yameinu, Kadesh Yameinu Aleinu l'shabeach le'adon hakol, latet gedula le'yotzeh breshit, shelo hasanu k'goyei haratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishlovot ha'daman, shelo sam chelkeinu chayem, ve'gor aleinu k'kohamonam. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מכה המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You did a great, great job today. You are so thoughtful and so kind, and you have so many different ideas about the world. And what the people out there don't know is that right before your speech, you said to me, "Did you get my email this morning?" I was like, "No." Like, I didn't really like my speech. I made some changes. At which point, of course, let's go with it. But what I want the group to know is, as wonderful as your speech was, reflecting on what type of person Lot's wife was and what she was doing and whether to look back or not, and whether or not looking back was the right thing, there was another version in which you asked a lot of big questions. You asked questions about the Holocaust, and you asked questions about justice, and that was not a better speech, but it was a speech in which every time you tried to write more, I said, "Okay, but now I have another question for you." And you'd go on, I'd go, "These people are good and these people are bad. How much should we look forward? How much?" And I think you finally were like, "Stop, I'm just going to write a different speech." And I want people to know that you were really struggling with the world. You were struggling with whether Lot's wife was a good person and what's so bad about being curious and what's so bad about being looking back. And we need to be able to look back to learn from our history. But what happens if we get stuck there? What if everything we see now only comes from the past? And you'll meet that. You'll meet people in school and life who say to you, "Oh, I can tell exactly what's going to happen next." You have to be able to say, no, you don't know. I'm not that last person. You don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. But you also will meet people who say what happened in the past doesn't matter at all. You're a new person and there is no history. And I think part of what you struggled with in the story of Lot, and what's also part of getting the Torah and being raised by parents and grandparents and friends, I think part of that is knowing how much to look behind and how much to look forward. And when the past makes us a better person, and when the past is a little jail cell in which we get stuck. Somewhere in between there is the way to live a life. Somewhere in between there is the way to guide other people. To say, things happen and we have to learn from them. But we can't get stuck there. And that's why your mitzvah project wasn't just about, well, bad things happened and the world got destroyed and that's it. But what am I going to do, Ellen, to make the world better? How am I going to learn from people's mistakes? But how am I going to remember not to give up? And so today you are a bat mitzvah. Today you are a teacher. And today you are a daughter of the commandment. And I will say this, you did a wonderful job. And I didn't know if I would say this because I didn't know how you would answer. And I said, boy, you had so much fun with you up there. Want to do it again? And you said something that not all bar and bat mitzvahs would say at this moment. You said, sure, which I just love to hear. So I'll let you know what Friday night Ellen's going to help me again leading the service because it was a lot of fun. And so now we're going to ask God's blessing upon you. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and guard you and protect you. May you feel God's presence throughout your life. Whatever you do, however you help the world, whatever journeys you take with your friends, with your family, may God give you patience and kindness and strengthen your wonderful heart. May God give you the blessings of family and friends and love and shalom, peace. Amen. Amen. We remain standing. We turn to page 598 as we close the doors of the ark. We remain standing, page 598. Our times of greatest celebration are also times of memory. Each of us carries these memories with us, and at the end of each Jewish service, we say a prayer that does not speak of death. It is actually a prayer that affirms life. But we use those words to affirm our journey, to think about the people who have come before us. And just like Ellen's Hebrew name, her parents' Hebrew name, and those came before her, brings the memory of all those people who inspired her, all those people who made her who she was today. So too we think about the great-grandparents, or the great-grandparents, or the friends who are no longer alive, but who still live in us, who live in our names, who live in our deeds, for whom we are part of who we are because we carry them with us. Page 598, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgada shemei Rabbah. V'yalmal divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agalal v'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'la'amei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitala. Shmei d'kudsha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Damiram b'yamal v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Hosei shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing and life, as we say amen.
Amen.
And as we're seated, some presentation and words from the president of our congregation, Howard Bellick.
You want to stand up here? No. Yeah, you got to stand up here. This is all for you. I mean, do you want to stand up there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, if you don't want it, I'll take it all. Got to dig it all out here. So take a big deep breath. You did awesome. This is a particularly interesting one for me because I've known the Webb family as long as they've been members of Beth-El. And Seth and Ty, and now Ellen is all grown up. And you did a great job. Your family's here. You got your little cheering section over here, the mischievous ones. The head mischievous one's like the second from the right down there, your dad, right? I know they're proud of you and they love you a lot. So I have some things for you. On behalf of the Women of Reformed Judaism, this is a set of Shabbat candles for you. Dry reading, don't tell them I said that. But this is from the Jewish War Veterans. It's 2 volumes called They Were Soldiers in Peace and War. And from the Men of Reformed Judaism, a book that is called On the Doorpost of Your House, Prayers and Ceremonies for the Jewish Home. A little inscription magically appeared. It's a really good book. You'll like that. You'll keep that with you for the rest of your life. Let's see, what else do we have over here? Your posse from FWFT, the Fort Worth Federation of Temple Youth, planted a tree for you. So you'll have to go visit the tree. And to help offset that is from the National Federation of Temple Youth is a $250 gift certificate for you to use for a trip to Israel. Woo-woo, woo-woo, right? And then, last but not least, so we can make it all official that you've done this, is your certificate. And you're going to sign that. You're going to have your mom and dad sign that. You may have grandparents sign it. You might ask Ty and Ariel to sign it. I don't know. All right. So I'm going to put that one in this big envelope. I'm going to leave all this hidden underneath here for you not to forget when y'all leave tonight. I know that the Men of Reformed Judaism have a fabulous lunch planned and ready for us. So with that said, congratulations. We all love you. Keep being yourself.
So right, yesterday as we were practicing, the building is built at a certain angle at which different times of the year the sun blinds different people at different times. Of course, light is what we're looking for when we pray, right? Insight. Sometimes it's blind. So yesterday we were here and I thought, I think we're just going to make it. I don't think we were practicing at 12 and we both got blinded, but I think the line I do want to thank our MRJ, our Men of Reformed Judaism again. Not only do they prepare this wonderful lunch, but 3 or 4 of them are crowded into a closet in the back of the synagogue right now, recording and streaming this service. So you could go back to the Beth-El YouTube channel at some point and just watch your big day over and over forever in cyberspace. So we're going to thank them for that. On the back of our service sheets, you will find Hashkivenu, a song you love from camp, Dan Nichols, and we want to call up your camp friends. In a couple of minutes, we'll call up all the other friends for something else. But we want to call up all your camp friends, and if you want to join in, of course, we want to welcome Jared, part of our choir on the beam, and help us with that tune. Thank John Salve for all his help. And I just want to point out that the words are on the back if you know this. And if you don't know it, there are adult as well as kid retreats at Green Family Camp. And you can go there and learn the song. So the words are there. You want to call your friends up of all different ages from camp to help you with this tune as we join together. Here they are. Camp friends. Come on. Yeah, camp friends. We'll all hear you. Go, Master.
Ready?
Don't go far. Let's see, pick someone real strong. That would be you. No, the tree too. There we go. We want to invite up any other friends who would like to join us in the blessing over bread, the motzi. Okay, and a reminder that right after the motzi, some of you may run in to eat, go for it, it's to the right, but that Ellen and her family will be here on the way to the food to greet you and wish you Shabbat Shalom. So right after the blessing, give her parents and her brother a chance and to get over on the way to the gathering area in the social hall. Let's all rise for the blessing over bread, the motzi. Look at that wonderful giant challah. You just know where to find some. There we go. And okay on 3. 1, 2, 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'terah. Shabbat shalom. You can bring that out to the right and shakes hands. You know what I mean? Where we shake hands.
Right in front?
Yeah, right in front. We'll show you. Thank you all, everybody. Everybody shake it in hands. Here we go. And Ellen. Ellen, come on.